Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to this mock interviews. We have designed the questions in such a way so that you understand what type of questions are being asked in interviews. Second, the answers are very good. We have curated the answers so that you understand the complete concept. Okay. And the way to answer is also there. So I hope you learn best from this mock interview. Still, if you have any concern, if you have any, improvements which we can do, please let us know in the comment section. Thank you so much. Subscribe to the channel and enjoy the mock interview.
Okay, so let's start. So tell me, what is ServiceNow CSM and why do customers and businesses actually need it?
Yeah, sure. ServiceNow Customer Service Management, that is ServiceNow CSM, is a module that help companies manage and resolve customer issues across different channels in a very structured way. It focuses on cases instead of incidents. It connects customers, products, and services and allow service teams to track the full life cycle of customer problems from first contact to resolution. Okay. So this is about what is CSM. Now, business need it because it reduces the manual work. It improves transparency for both customers as well as for agents, that is service providers, and tie customer issues to the actual services and product they are using. So you are not just closing the tickets, you are actually fixing what customers actually care about. Okay, so this is why we can say business are needing CSM.
Okay, good. So tell me how CSM is different from ITSM incident management and what would you say about it?
Okay, so the biggest difference is like who you are serving and how the data model is structured. Here, ITSM incidents are focused on internal users and internal services, whereas CSM focuses on or CSM cases are focused on external customer, their account, contacts, and the product or services they bought from the service provider. Okay. And CSM also add things like account, contact, entitlements, SLA for customers, and install base items, which does not exist in the same way it is in ITSM. In ITSM, you log an incident and maybe a CI. Okay. In CSM, you always think in terms of which customer, which contract, and which product or install base are in place and is impacted here. So this is the main difference between CSM and ITSM.
Okay, nice. So imagine I am a non-technical stakeholder and you have to explain CSM data model to me in your simple terms. So how will you explain this?
Sure. I will explain it like a hierarchy around the customer. At the top, we have accounts. Okay. And these represents the companies or organizations. Under these accounts, we have contacts. That is the people from those companies who actually reach out to us. Then we link those accounts and contacts to what they bought. So here comes the product model, sold product, and install base items. Okay, so these represents the actual deployed instance of a product and services within the premises of those customers or for those customers. Then comes the cases. So these cases then sits in the middle, connecting a specific customer, okay, to a specific product or install base and tracking the issues end to end.
Good. So tell me, what is the difference between a case and incident beyond just a table name?
Okay. So functionally, a case is a customer facing and business oriented, whereas an incident is internal and IT oriented. In terms of tracking, case tracks customer request, complaint, or questions and are tightly linked to the customer data such as account, contacts, entitlement, and contracts. On the other hand, incidents typically track the service interruptions or issues for internal users and IT services. Okay. A common pattern is that the customer case in CSM can derive or relate to one or more incidents in ITSM. Okay. So you can manage internal technical work while keeping a single customer facing case as a front door.
Okay, so let's talk about entitlements. So tell me, why are entitlements are so critical in CSM, and how would you explain them to your teammates?
Okay. So, entitlements defines what level of support a customer is eligible for based on their contract and purchases. So, these entitlements answer questions like, are we supposed to support this customer? And what response time do they get? Or from which channel we are getting requests from this customer? All these things are there. In practice, entitlements control things such as whether the customer can raise certain type of cases, how many cases they can log, which channels they are going to use, and what SLAs are applied to this particular customer. For every customer, we have separate entitlements. Without entitlements, every customer get treated the same, which is risky if you have a premium and standard support tiers. So that's why we have to create entitlements. We have to make contracts and entitlements for almost all the customers, and based on what they are purchasing, what services they are getting, we are promising the support to them.
Okay, so let's take a scenario. A customer contract is expired last month, but they still raising critical issues via the portal. So, as a CSM consultant, how would you design this behavior?
Okay. So in this case, first of all, I will ensure that the entitlements are driving by active contracts or subscriptions. Okay. And it must include start and end dates. Once the contract expires, the associated entitlement should either be disabled or downgraded automatically. Okay. And from a behavior perspective, if a customer with no active entitlements log into the portal, we could still show them their historical cases which they have created previously, but we have to limit new case creations here. Okay. Or you can say we allow only a generic case type there that get routed to the sales team or account management team instead of to the support team or CSM team, so that once this thing reaches to the sales or account team, they can get in touch with the customer and talk about extension of entitlements and extension of contracts and support. So this is how I can handle it.
Okay, good. So, walk me through a typical case lifecycle in CSM from the moment a customer raises an issue until it is closed.
Sure. In CSM, the life cycle usually start when a customer submit a case via channel like portal, email, phone, or chat. Okay, any one of it. The system captures the key details such as account, contact, product, and the description there. After that, next we have the routing that kicks in. This can be based on skill, it can be based on territory or queue based. Okay. So to assign the case to the right team and to the right agent. After that, the agent then investigate it, may link it to the related case or incidents, may use knowledge or guided resolutions there. The agent may collaborate with the internal teams if needed, okay, and keep the customers up to date every time there is an update on regular intervals. So once the issue is resolved and confirmed, we can close the case, okay, with the proper resolution note and possibly a particular survey. So this is the complete life cycle or general life cycle of a case. It may vary, depend on organizations to organization, but it is the general which I have told you.
So let's take a scenario. You have noticed high volume is going to one generic queue, and agent complain that they get cases that they are not skilled for. So how would you improve routing conceptually?
Okay. So in this case, I will start by classifying cases more intelligently here, such as attributes like product, issue type, region, and customer segment. Okay. Based on that, I will define the queue and assignment rules, or maybe use advanced work assignment. So the cases automatically go to the agent or team with matching skills. This is important. We must ensure that all the agents have the associated skills in their user profiles or wherever they should be, so that this automatic routing is successful. Okay. So if the organization is ready, I would leverage, skill-based routing and capacity-aware routing there. So we look at both the skills and the current workload of the agent. This is also important. Both should be measured. So we have to route the case to the agent which is having less load, as well as he is capable of taking care of that case. And how do we know that? We know that with the use of skill. Okay. So this way, this reduce the misrouting cases and speed up the response time as well.
Good. What role does the customer service portal plays in CSM, and why it is important compared to just sending emails?
Okay. The customer service portal is the main self-service channel for external customers. It let them log cases, track status, search knowledge, and access community or other content in one place. Okay. So compared to email, the portal gives you more structure. You can capture required data at creation. Okay. Derive deflection through knowledge and virtual agents, and provide transparency because customer can see the real time status instead of chasing updates in the email threads. So this is why we have to use CSM portal and avoid using always emails. Once in a blue moon, it is fine, but getting updates every time via email, it's not a good practice.
Okay, so tell me, why do we use parent child cases in CSM, and can you give a real time example?
Yeah, sure. Parent child cases in CSM are used when multiple customers or multiple issues are related to a single underlying problem. Okay. So doing this, it is helping us manage many related cases without duplicating the work. A classic example for this one is an outage. Imagine a SaaS, software as a service, goes down and 50 customer raises the cases. So when we create one parent outage case and link all the customers to that particular case as a children, we track investigation and resolution on the parent. Okay. And roll updates down to all the child cases. So the communication is consistent and efficient there. And we need not to update everything on all those 50. Instead, we are updating the main ticket and automatically the updates are passing on to the child one. So that's why CSM team will be more focusing on resolving the issue instead of updating those 15 cases there. So this is why, and this is the main advantage of using parent-child cases.
Okay, good. So, taking a scenario, a single customer logs one case, but during investigation, you have realized that there are actually three different issues. So, how would you handle that?
Okay. So if they are truly separate issues with different owners or workflows, what I will do, I will split them into separate cases, keeping one as the original and creating additional cases for other problems. Okay. I will use parent-child or related link options to show they came from the same customer interaction. This is important and this I will do here. So this help each team work independently while maintaining overall visibility for reporting and for the account team. It also avoid one mega case stick in progress state because one of the three issue is still on. So that's why separating these and doing parent child is important and best practice here.
Okay. So tell me, how does CSM typically integrate with ITSM and why it is important?
Sure. So CSM and ITSM integration is important because customer issues often require internal team or internal IT team work to resolve it. The CSM case represent the customer's view, while ITSM incident or problem represent the internal work. Okay. So conceptually, when a customer raises a case that turned out to be a technical issue, an agent can create or link an incident, problem, or change with that case. Okay. So you not always think that these two are extremely different or never connected. It is very much possible that these two are connected. Okay. So the case stay as the primary object for customer communication and it tracks the status of the related ITSM items. So both sides stay aligned.
Okay, so tell me, based on your understanding, what are some common challenges during CSM implementations?
Okay. So, one big challenge is aligning the data model. That is getting a clean account, contact, and product data, especially if CRM data is messy or inconsistent. Without good data, cases cannot be correctly tied to customer or entitlement. Another challenge is change management. Moving agents from mailbox driven or spreadsheet driven support to a structured case management tool is very challenging. It requires good training, process definition, and sometimes simplifying the initial configurations so the agent does not feel overwhelmed. Okay, so these are the few challenges which we have to must resolve.
Okay, great. It was nice talking to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.